I just wanted a quick catch up, saying hello to all of you and have a talk to you. Firstly, thank you so very much for subscribing. It means a lot to me and it helps. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. There's two groups of you and they're fairly distinct. One is classical meditators, and you like background music and you like explorations into sleep, enlightenment, relaxation, stress management with background music and a particular tone of voice. You like a modulated, constant tone of voice. A fairly normal tone of voice. And then there is those of you who like ASMR. Those of you who like ASMR like no background music, and you like me to either whisper or to play with the tonalities of my voice. Sit down or lie down comfortably. Two very distinct groups. I just thought I'd let you know that so when you see the videos and see some with music and some without, that's where it comes from. So it's a very interesting audience, and I call you my gentle souls because the aim of this channel is that we have a gentle approach to life, not rebellious, not reactive, not ego-based. Or that's the attempt anyway, that we're not ego-based. I have quite a few requests now, and I love doing requests. Each request, I need to be emotionally ready to do that request. Sometimes they take planning and they take a quiet house. You may have noticed that I've uploaded quite a lot recently, and I've done that by staying up until midnight and then finishing at about 2 a.m. I did that for 6 days, and on the 7th day, I crashed. And some of you might say to me, have a rest, take some time off. Thank you. I have reached the point with my content that I love doing it. I really love doing it. And for some years, my channel started in 2009. I have been a lot more serious with it since about 2014, on and off. And in the last 4 months, I've decided it's what I want to do, my career. And I'm working towards approaching it that way. Having it as my career doesn't mean that I am mechanical or mercenary about it. It means that I attempt to be structured. I work very hard to creating enjoyment for myself as well as for you. And rabbit hair. You know, I love to pat my rabbit, and hair goes everywhere. So for ages later, I'm like patting my face. So with your requests, I have a request at the moment. Not a request, I'm sorry, it's my request. I'm doing a collab with Relax for a While, which is Joanne, has that channel. I really like Joanne and I like her approach, so I'm doing a collab with her. I'm writing the collab myself and we'll do it together. So that's quite a bit of work that I enjoy doing. but so far it's taken about 10 days to consider how I'm going to do it. Rabbit hair. And then recently, Meditation Vacation, a classical meditator, great channel, has asked me to do a collab, and I'd really like to do that one as well. And then I have a request for hypnotic type content, and also one where I eat vegetables, and I like that because I like the health aspect. I think the noises of eating are very comforting because it reminds us of sitting around a table with friends and having a good time. So they're all there, and there's others there as well, but I'm just letting you know where I'm at with everything. I'm going pretty well at the moment. I find 4 children and just me at times terrifying, and most of the time I really enjoy it. My boys are playing representative basketball at a high level, and last year that was pretty full on, and this year it's going to be a lot more full on. I love it. I get somewhat fearful of my ability to consistently uphold the needs of my children, as in it's a lot of driving. It's a lot of driving. In response to that, recently I've started seeing a personal trainer, and he's been absolutely fantastic. There's been many benefits of that, which I'll talk to you about. One of them is accountability. So you know I'm a qualified personal trainer, but I wanted to be made accountable because sometimes I get really tired and then I don't feel like going to gym, or I go for a short period of time. And this year, because of all the basketball, I wanted to make sure that I look after me. And by reporting into someone, I'm more likely to do that. I'd like to interview him because he's a very good personal trainer. So if you want to hear an interview, me and him, let me know, and then I'll do it, because I'd really like to do it, because I think you'd enjoy it, because I really enjoy his approach, and I feel it's really important that we make time for ourselves, and sometimes that's not straightforward. Finding the time physically is really tough. So by booking in with him, it's had the most amazing effect. I've had a lot of hip pain. You know, I need a hip replacement from the twins. And he's taught me stretches that have taken away 90% of the pain. And now I can get in and out of a car easily. And I just feel like my serotonin levels have picked up. So I'd like to share that with you. And I'd like you to know a little bit more about my life so that we really have a connection. I love your comments, by the way. I'm putting a lot of effort into replying to them because I want us to be friends. I want us to be gentle souls where together we are putting effort, consistent effort into being gentle with our responses. And while I say that, I get some comments. I'm not always gentle. I sometimes get upset. I react. I get really tired. I worry about how I'm performing as a friend, as a mother. I over-ruminate sometimes. When I say over-ruminate, that means to think to the point that the thinking becomes an issue in itself. I went out last night for a short period with my friend Anita, and we talked about expectations. And you know, if you've listened to me, I often talk about how it's important that we reduce expectations of other people. Because when we have expectations, i.e. put your coffee cup away, i.e. respond to my texts, i.e. give me a hug before you leave with a partner or a friend. If they don't do that, we feel let down and we feel saddened. Therefore, their behaviour has a direct effect on how we feel, and we need to be above that so that other people's behaviour does not have the power to affect our feelings. So that's the ideal. Reduce your expectation of other people so that when they leave their coffee cup out, when they don't respond to our texts, they're just random examples, then we're not crestfallen. We just go on with our day. The negative of that is that if we never have expectations of others, we effectively have fewer boundaries, and boundaries are important for self-care. Don't ever put the coffee cup away. Never respond to my texts. Go forth and be happy and do whatever you like. Unconditional love. Yay! Dance in the daisies. We need boundaries. I accept that you don't respond to texts. I want you to feel free not to respond to texts. I want you to feel free to be your true, authentic self. I like to know what I'm doing on a particular day. So if somebody doesn't respond to my texts over a period of time, then I'm going to choose to spend less time with them. Now, I picked that example because it's not an emotive example. It's not a deep, passionate example, but it gives you an idea. Two approaches here. We need to reduce our need to expect people to perform to our standards. That way we're not disappointed. If we have no expectations in society, in relationships, we have anarchy. And the person that loses out is ourselves. I have no expectations of you. If you want to be unfaithful, be yourself. If you want to never return calls, I support you. Balance. And last night I was talking to Anita about balance. Terms such as unconditional love. Yes, it's important we love without expectation. But be careful where that goes. Be careful of the consequences there. I choose to love you unconditionally. I want you to be your authentic self and truly express the person that you are. However, if you deceive me, betray me, if you're dishonest, I will still love you, but I may not spend as much time with you. In fact, I may spend very little time with you at all. I'll still love you and wish you all the best. Again, a random example. Nothing to do with me at this time. I'm not seeing anyone at this time, but I'm responding to comments. Love unconditionally, but that doesn't mean you need to be trampled over. Balance. Detachment. Work towards detaching yourself. If you detach yourself totally from society, you're a sociopath. Balance. We are an individual soul. We need to get to know ourselves in our own right. Us. Spend time by yourself, get to know yourself. In order that you can be part of society, we are a herd animal. We are a social animal. Our role as a social animal is to look after other social animals. When we detach and spend time in stillness, we're able to come back into society and love. If we don't spend time by ourselves, we become overly consumed with ego and needing social approval. So we spend time by ourselves, remember who we are, and then love other people. I probably do I make it sound simple? I hope not. I don't think it's simple. I think it's really, really hard. And I think it's a tightrope. And I think we fall off the tightrope. Bang! Ow! Bang! Ow! Life is tough because we all have different understandings of the way relationships need to work. Some of us are stronger, some of us are weaker. Some of us are more assertive, some are less. Some tend to be more in denial, some less. And that's who we're dealing with. People that have spectrums of colour, all different sides to their personality. rather than responding to people that perhaps let us down with resentment and bitterness. We so much just everywhere. I must look like I have a beard or something. We wish them well, but their circle does not have to mix with our circle. I had a nice, lovely evening last night with Anita, but I thought about these issues, in particular the issue of expectation, and how it's important that we reduce our expectation. But if we have no expectation of others, then there are no boundaries to say, I will not have that behaviour in my life. If I have that behaviour in my life, it's going to affect my ability to love others. And I want to be able to love as many people as I can. I will be doing a ASMR video hopefully tonight, or a meditation. If the children are quiet, please subscribe to my channel. That's a big help. If you want to help me in other areas, you can comment. I do have a Patreon page, but feel no pressure. And I have a virtual wellness centre, which is Being Well with Lauren, where you can get all my downloads without ads, etc. But the subscription to YouTube and comments, I love the comments because it's like we're one happy family. How are you? Are you managing to navigate through the quagmire of life? Are you eating well? Are you weight training? Would you like to hear more about my weight training? Would you like to hear about the trainer's name is Tom. He's probably one of the best trainers I've ever seen, and I'm very fussy about trainers. Are you drinking water? Are you taking time to be still? Do you have a sleep routine, a sleep ritual rather? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you finding a balance between being your authentic self? Hello, authentic self. And the social cow in the herd, and bringing them together. I'd like to talk more about that. Vlogging isn't something that is generally done in a sleep therapy wellbeing channel, but I feel if I don't vlog occasionally, we don't get that really tight connection where you think, where is my request? Where is it? It takes me a long time to get through to requests because I've got a podcast going. I want to comment or respond to comments, and I've got 4 beautiful, beautiful, amazing children. Let's just wind this up with a few breaths. So we're going to take 8 breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And yes, you've all been commenting on that, haven't you? Breathing through the nose is calming and enlightening. Breathing through the mouth creates adrenaline, wakes us up, and can motivate us. We need both types of breathing. If you want to relax, if you want to center or ground yourself, if you want to go to sleep, breathing through the nose. So let's try 8 slowly, and then I'll speak to you in the next video. Outside bumps there, I'll leave them in. Bumps in the house, animals, neighbours. When we meditate, I think it's really important that we accept to a point outside noise, because life is noisy. Notice how